Coach, back in action after a week without domestic football. How did you use this period off?
I think the week post Sint-Truiden, the week after that, first 3 or 4 days with the boys, we had down days, rest days, because they needed it. I think they needed it psychologically more than physically, and they earned that. It was a super performance, great 3 points, and it was almost. There was so much pressure building up to the game, so we took care of that. So I was really pleased for the team, pleased for the supporters, pleased for everybody at the club. And now this week is really been focused, obviously, on this next game, real hard game, tough game, and it's going to be interesting because if you look at this 5 or 6 teams in the playoff 2, that's all fighting for the same thing. There's not much difference with the points, so I think it's going to be exciting. But it's going to be tough for any team because I think 3 or 4 of us have been fighting to make sure we stay away from the relegation zone. And now we've done that. Can we kind of change our focus and have a new appetite and to fight for something much more positive? So I think. The big thing for us is not just a physical preparation, it's psychologically, can we get ourselves in a good way to make sure we're ready for the games?
Yeah, indeed. Let's maybe first look back a bit on the regular season. In the end, we did the job. What are you satisfied with when you look back and what are the things you'd like to see improvement?
I think we know we've struggled all season to score goals, and that's, we drew a lot of games. So we know where we need to improve, and I think as a team, as a club, our ambition is to consistently fight for the top 6 places. But it's not going to come easy. That you need to change certain things about the team, how we think, how we do things, how we play. Sometimes that takes a bit of time. I've been happy with a lot of things. Happy with the boys when the pressure's been on us. 9 times out of 10 we've come up with an answer. So because when you're it's been so close. If you look at the teams the last 3 months, it's been so close, and the teams that have a bad run of 2 or 3 games, bad games, they don't win. They find themselves in a big bit of a mess. So, and we've been really close to that 7th position, and then we had a run of games where we were playing away to Genk, away to Club Brugge, away to we had some really tough away games. Union in a close proximity. So you don't win, and then you find yourself 4th in the bottom 4. It's been like that. It's been very difficult. And all of a sudden you're 2 or 3 points from the top, or you 2 or 3 points from the bottom. It's been really difficult, but we've taken care of that. And like I said earlier, the boys took care of that. They won that fight, and now we have a different fight. It's a different fight for us. And what do we want to do with these remaining games? We want to keep it exciting and keep pushing, or be too relaxed, not focused, and let the season just fade away, and I don't want to do that. I'll be fighting against that, that's for sure.
You joined the club mid-season. What was your biggest challenge going into it?
I think because, like I said, we'd drawn a lot of games. It was trying to get us over the line to get the 3 points. And I changed in certain games. I changed a lot about the team. I changed the approach, changed the structure. Sometimes it wasn't so pretty. Sometimes it was a little bit ugly, a little bit negative, but we got wins. So, we got 5 wins, which we needed, because if we didn't get them, we would be in I'm not saying a lot of trouble, but we probably would be in with the bottom 4 teams. So how we did it, I said that along, how we do it, I said, I don't care, but we need to win games. And we've done that. Sometimes it's not been pretty. Other times we played very, very good, played great football, made a lot of opportunities. And in saying that, the last 3 home games we've drawn with Dende, and then with we beat Dende 3-2, drawn with Westerlo, and we've beaten Sint-Truiden 3-2. So 6 games in 3 home games. I know there's we can say it wasn't always pretty, but to score 6 goals, you've got to do something right. So it's not all bad, and certainly big credit to the players for pulling us through. But we know certain areas we must do better if we're going to be better, be higher up the league. Then we've got to be a tighter group, I think, in these games. I think we've got good players. We can play good football. And we've just got to have a serious attitude going into this next challenge.
What developments have stood out to you? Maybe specific players?
I think since I've arrived, I think, like I said, 9 times out of 10, the boys try to give everything they got. Sometimes we don't play so good. I think all of them have contributed. I think it was impressive. Certainly the last 2 or 3 games, Seaba's played very, very well, led by example. And he knows he's an important player. The centre of the pitch is where you win the games in the midfield. So him, Berger, Eze. We've young Wouter George has been in and out. He's just had an injury, but he's a good player also. And he's not played so much lately, but prior to that, Youssef Maziz, he's a good player also. So, but I don't like to just name 1 or 2. I think it's been a collective. It's been a collective battle with all the players. They've all tried to help the situation. And like I said, we're not always going to win. We're not always going to play well. We're going to have a bad day. We're going to have a bad situation. But mostly, I've been happy with the boys and the efforts that they've given us.
Yeah, what do you think they might have learned from this final stretch of the season going into the playoffs?
Well, I think when you're in those pressure situations, you learn a little bit about yourself. Can you handle it? You need to have fire, but you also need to be calm in your mind and not get carried away. There's going to be critique. There's going to be external situations that we can't handle. There's nothing we can do about it. We've just got to stay together and focus on ourselves. And we came through it as a group. When we needed to produce, we produced, and we got the results that the club needed. So, like I say, it's a pat in the back for the players, but not such a big pat in the back because we've still got a job to do. We've still got 10 games left. So there's no relaxing, thinking everything's okay. I certainly won't be going into these 10 games with that mentality.
Yeah, indeed, the Europe playoffs kick off this Friday. How are you approaching the first game and the playoff campaign as a whole?
It's going to be a tough game. Charleroi, they're a good team. They've got a good experienced coach in this league. Good footballing team. So they're going to be a danger, no doubt. I think there's 2 good teams going into this game on Friday, so it should be interesting. We had a good game with them when I first arrived. I think it was my first home game. It was a good game, close game. So yeah, I think it'll be entertaining. They're fighting for the same thing as us, so I hope it's a good game. It should be.
For the playoffs as a whole, what do you expect? Do you have a certain ambition?
Just win as many games as we can, and let's see where that takes us, But I want us to finish in a good way, in a positive way, because 10 games will feel like 100 games if we go into it negatively with the wrong mentality. So we must go into it with a good mentality. It's okay, you can lose, but as long as you're losing in the right way, if you lose a game, you've been trying to win it and you're trying to play, you're giving your best. Then then you can accept the defeat. Is when we don't give off our best and we play in the wrong vibration, and this is when it becomes unacceptable.
How do you prepare the team mentally for a challenge like this? Because all the season you fight against the relegation, and now you play for the European spots. There must be a shift in mentality.
Yes, a shift in the mentality, because it's a much more positive thing we're fighting for. Because we've been in one mode all season, looking at the teams below us. Now we're fighting for the top spots, so it won't be. It's not easy to do that, just to shift so quickly. But I think the team that manages to, in the 6 teams with us, the team that manages to cope with that the best is going to be probably the team that everybody needs to beat, because, like you say, it wasn't just us fighting for the relegation spot. Right up until the end, there was quite a few of the teams. So I think that's going to be the challenge for a lot of us.
Yeah, the players might also give you time to implement certain things. Are there stuff you would like to see change in the team?
No, I think for us, we've got some players that we need to give some experience to. It's important. So we've got two challenges really. Is of course to win the game, and also we've got to give some of our players who haven't had the experience yet. We need to put them in the situation to see where they are in their development, and to see if they're ready to be with us more and longer. So and that can have a positive effect on the whole club also. Some of these guys who have come up from the younger teams, and some of the guys that we've brought to the club from other countries. So yeah, we've got two challenges really running parallel. As we need to win, and also we need to give some experience to some of the guys we've got.
Are also things you would like to try in terms of philosophy? Some shifts you would like to see?
Well, I think we'll go into the games trying to win the games home or away. We'll try and be as positive as we can. I think now coming into these last 10 games, of course the team and the squad will look different for next season, as most teams do. But I want to focus on this first game, Charleroi, Friday night. Let's try and put in a positive performance and try and win the game.
Okay, coach. Thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you.